Hello world, this is Ricky for Seeing Primate, and I'm a certified personal trainer here to help you guys in any way possible. I'm a certified foundations coach by the On It Academy. I'm a level 2 boxing coach by Box and Burn, and I'm also a Dolce Diet certified diet coach, certified by the Dolce Diet. And without further ado, enough about me. Let's get to the topic at hand and why you clicked this video in the first place. We're here to talk about nutrition. Now, let's go ahead and define what the term is first so there's no misunderstandings. Nutrition is a study of food, how we consume it, digest it, how we absorb it, and finally, how we store it. And that's probably the most fun part, right? All the nutrition research is focused on supporting your health, preventing and treating chronic diseases. Now, I might have an idea of what you might be thinking here. Ricky, there's no need to tell me about this nutrition stuff. I watched Dr. Oz. It's all about calories in and calories out. Am I right? World, I'm here to break it down for you. The answer is yes and no. We can break it down to this very simple example of having a 0-calorie soda on one hand and a 265-calorie nutrient-dense green smoothie on the other hand. It is quite easy to see here that on one hand we don't have any nutrient benefit, and on the other we're full of nutrient dense food, which is incredibly nutritious and helpful to the body. And this is the part where we are all probably scratching our heads thinking, but Ricky, 0 calories, it has to be healthy. 265? What about my points? World, this is where I'm here to break it down for you. We have our nutrients that we have to keep account for. We have our macros, carbs, fats, proteins. We have our just as important micros, vitamins, minerals, and let us not forget water. Stay hydrated, everyone. All of these nutrients are very important for the body. Let's go ahead and break down the macros first. The macros are usually the ones that most people pay attention to when it comes to the nutrition facts. We have our carbs, fats, and proteins. Let's start off with carbs. Carbs are kind of getting a bad rep at this moment due to some fad diets like the ketogenic or some other low carb diets. But let us not forget what carbs are. We're looking at fruits, vegetables, grains. Carbs are very important because they're the primary source of fuel for the body, and they're the only source of fuel for the brain. If you want to keep your brain functioning and healthy, you need to consume carbs if you want to keep a healthy brain. Next on our list are fats. Fats are important because they're a great energy source during low-intensity workouts or while we're at rest. Fats also help transport vitamins and essential fatty acids to our body, which is why they're incredibly important and you shouldn't steer too clear from fats. Some great sources of fats would be grass-fed butter, vegetable oils, nuts and seeds, and meats, such as grass-fed animals and wild-caught game. And lastly, on our macro list, we have proteins. Proteins are important because they help rebuild the body when we're at rest after we're finished breaking it down throughout the day. It helps rebuild cells and tissues, maintaining bone density, fluid balance, and regulating your metabolism. Great sources for protein would be grass-fed or wild-caught game, cage-free or pasture-raised chicken, organic dairy products, seeds, and legumes. Just about sums it up for the macros, guys. But I know what you're thinking. What about the calories? Ricky, what about the calories? Let me answer that one for you. Macros are the only source for calories. There's no calorie intake from your micronutrients, which we're going to talk about next. All the calories are coming from your macronutrients. Very important to take note. So now let's talk about our micronutrients. Again, there's no source of energy from our micronutrients. All the source of energy comes from our macronutrients. Now, this doesn't mean that our macros are not important. It's actually quite the opposite. Vitamins and minerals are incredibly important because we can get sick if we consume too little. We could also get sick if we consume too much of it. So it's always important to keep a good balance of your vitamins and minerals. And I'm way ahead of you on this one. How can you improve your nutrient consumption? And I'm here to tell you. For starters, you can follow our 4 easy principles. Eating earth-grown nutrient-dense food. Eating every 2 to 4 hours. Eat till satisfied, not until full. Eating earth-grown nutrient-dense food. We're looking at foods that are closest coming from the ground to your table or from a farm to the table. You want to cut off the middleman as much as you can. The reason we want to eat every 2 to 4 hours is that we want to help regulate that metabolism. You always want to keep it running, and also you want to stay fueled throughout the day. Not only that, no one wants to get up feeling all gross from the table. A good rule of thumb would be simply, once you're done eating, if you're feeling okay to go out for maybe a nice walk or a short run, you're probably doing things right. And one last thing, you're eating every 2 to 4 hours. There's no need to get full. You're gonna eat in a matter of a few moments. Accountability and discipline are incredibly important because nothing gets started until you show up, and nothing gets done until you see it through the whole way. One pro tip that I'll leave you with in this episode is that you have to enjoy the journey. Engage the process, take part in the process, and most importantly, the destination is the process. And nothing is more exciting knowing that you are the process, so enjoy it. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now. And that's a Chinese proverb that I'll leave you with today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This just about wraps up our little talk about nutrition. We will be digging deeper into some of these subjects down the line. Let me know if you like everything that we talked about today in the comments down below. And if you want to keep the conversation going, or if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. I'll put a link down below, or leave a comments down below. I will check all of my comments. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Till the next tribe time, Foreseeing Primate is out.